Good morning, everybody. This is Debolina from Digitech. Today, we have two guests with us, Eric De Vries, Ulf Meines from Enzymical Germany. Welcome, Eric and Ulf. Thank you very much for joining us today. How are you doing?
We are fine.
Yeah, doing very well. Thanks for asking. And you?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Good.
As the name Enzymical suggests, you work with the enzymes. Can you please elaborate more about your research and commercial activities in Enzymical?
Yes, I can do it. My name is Ulf Meines and I'm the CEO of Enzymicals. And we are a 12-year-old company in the northeast of Germany, in the city of Greifswald located. And we are really involved in the development of environmental friendly production processes for industrial chemicals, and also we use for this the enzymes. And an enzyme, for your question, an enzyme is a biocatalytical substance from the nature. And we look into the toolbox of the nature, and we will work with this catalyst, what we have all in our bodies, or what is in plants and biocatalysts and so on. That is the main substance which makes our living situation possible. And we will transfer this into chemical industry. And Enzymicals discovers enzymes and optimize them for the development of biocatalytic processes to perform the scale up to the 30-liter fermentation here in our facility. And then we switch over to our manufacturing partners, which can produce the enzymes in much more larger scales.
Okay. I'm just curious after hearing all this, why enzymes? I mean, what interest did it bring you to this different world?
Yes, enzymes are really environmental friendly. They come from the nature, and enzymes work with water, and they work at low temperatures. We are all living at 37 degrees, yeah? And that's why we can dramatically reduce the energy cost in the chemical industry, where we work normally with temperature higher than 150 degrees. And that is the reason why Enzymicals work with enzymes, and they are very selective. They can help to improve the pharmaceutical API production. API means active pharmaceutical ingredients. Because in our body we have such necessary for such a special selectivity, and for this we can use enzymes.
If I can add, Ulf, I think enzymes are the most powerful catalysts because they perform a natural function, but they can easily be changed to perform non-natural functions. And a lot of people in the world don't know it, but they use enzymes every day or every other day in their washing machine, where, 10, 15 years ago, you would put laundry in and crank it up to 70 Celsius or even hotter to, do a boil wash.
Yeah.
And with enzymes, that is not necessary anymore. And people wash at room temperature, 20 C, depending on how cold the water is that comes out of the tap. Saves a lot of energy. And energy is a precious commodity, and if we can save it, everybody's better off.
Definitely, that's for sure. So you work with enzymes. Let's now talk about upPE-T project. How will you develop your expertise with enzymes in upPE-T project?
Thank you. Yes, Enzymicals is in the project responsible for manufacturing of these enzymes. And we need to achieve the polymeric degradation. Once we have a good enzyme starting point, we can proceed with the more traditional work of process development to ultimately come up with an enzymatic biodegradation for PET and PE polymers that is scalable and economical to operate. It is worth pointing out that we are facing a pretty challenging problem. plastic packaging is developed to be strong and not degradable quickly. Yes, enzymes are by nature developed to operate in water and mostly in with soluble compounds. Plastics and enzymes don't like each other from nature. Yeah? They actually repel each other. So it is in this project, the question is this project a good idea? Because enzymes and polymers are not friendly. The answer is yes. And it is demonstrate of the strength of the nature. What was happened in the decades of plastic ending up in the environment is the microorganism learned up to adapt and to actually develop systems to slowly degrade plastics materials into form compounds that the organism can use to grow. So turning waste into valuable sources. And that is actually what upPE-T means or aims to do. Turn waste into valuable resources. We can isolate the plastic degradation enzymes from those organisms and improve them with our biotechnology tricks to perform much better and faster. But there are other big tasks in the project. The goal of the enzyme manufacturing is to reach a low cost of the produced enzyme as possible. We need to keep in mind that the volume of plastic waste that we envision to treat is very, very large. We are talking about globally millions of tons. We are therefore need an incredible scale of enzyme production as well. Economy scale and highly efficient enzymes, that is what we help us to compete with petroleum-based plastics. My personal role in this project as CEO is to ensure that Enzymicals and the team has the resources and technology to perform the tasks in the project according to the work plan. I am also already looking at ways to commercialize the results from the project. So what that is good for upPE-T, but also for Enzymicals. There's a great interest from the polymer industry to find ways to being more environmentally friendly and improve recyclability, different word, of their products and to participate in the circular economy. And what is Eric's role? The day-to-day management of the upPE-T project is done by our EU project coordinator, Eric, and I will lead over to Eric.
Hello, everybody. My name is Erik de Vries. I am part-time European Union project coordinator at Enzymicals. So in the project, Enzymicals is work package leader in work package 2, and that's involved in sorting, pre-treatment and enzymatic conversion of PET, plastic packaging waste to generate the terephthalic acid and ethylene glycol. And these two compounds will be used in other work packages as raw materials for producing bioplastics. So I'm responsible within Enzymicals for managing the progress of the R&D in the work package 2, and then also the interactions with the other work packages that rely on work package 2 results. And then also responsible for reporting to the coordinator and the paperwork to the European Union. And that means that the staff in Greifswald can just concentrate on their experimentation instead of concentrating on paperwork. So besides that, I'm also functioning as technical manager for the entire upPE-T project. So I'm participating in the executive board and in the innovation board of the project. So one of the things I'm doing right now is to create an innovation plan that will help the other partners to perform their collaborative R&D, to do the project data management, and to ensure that we create intellectual property which is properly protected by patents. So as technical manager, I'm also looking over the fence, so to speak, to have a look at the technology that's being developed in other European Union funded programs dealing with similar biodegradation of other types of plastic waste, to see how those projects approach what is essentially a similar problem. We will then need to adjust our project's research strategy to avoid duplication, duplication of efforts, to avoid any unnecessary competition between the projects. But we'd rather look for synergies. So we all need to be successful as a project, and we can only be successful if we collaborate, I think, in an open mindset of sharing. But it's a little bit of a difficult situation because every project is also supposed to commercialize their results and develop their own intellectual property. So every project needs to write a business plan to commercialize these technologies. So I think it is critical to properly delineate each European Union project where separation is required for being commercially successful, but then to find any and all other opportunities to be open for collaboration.
Interesting, and thank you very much for sharing all your research interest. It's intense, and all your activities. I wish you all the best for upPE-T, and have a nice day.
Thanks. Have a nice day.
You're welcome. Thank you.